Hello everyone, I'm the Noobist, you're watching the Noobist Colony. This is part 2 of the basics of PvP and will feature backpedaling and keyboard turning and why you should lose the habit and never ever keyboard turn or backpedal in PvP, under any circumstance. Don't care. You can argue all you want, but I'm going to provide some examples that will basically show you otherwise, or hopefully show you otherwise. I know a lot of you have been hard-headed in arguing on the first video because I mentioned it, but here's some examples. I know it's not going to be the most interesting. I had to find a uniform distance, so I'm going to use this staircase here on the Republic fleet. So I'll start with backpedaling and why you shouldn't. Here's me running with sprint activated on my Sage, and here's me backpedaling with sprint activated on my Sage. Now you'll notice it's about a 3/4 speed. When you're backpedaling, you're losing quite a bit of mobility, and that's really important in PvP. So you can definitely see a difference there. It becomes really apparent when I use force speed, and I'll give you an example right here. We'll see. I'm going to start with my foot on the bottom step here, and we'll see where I get with force speed activated. I'll just stop as soon as it ends. Alright. And there you have it. So I'm halfway out the door, actually in line with this this mailbox actually. And when the cooldown resets, I'll show you backpedaling. And so yeah, there's that. And here I want to talk about the majority or the major reason why backpedaling sucks in PvP. Aside from mobility, well, I guess it goes hand in hand, but you also lose a shitload of situational awareness. Okay. And by situational awareness, I'll go into details in another video, but here's an example of that. So this game is particularly bad because in terms of backpedaling, because your camera doesn't snap like it should, and it's set to like the geometry. So if you're backpedaling, you may get interference, or your camera angle might change because of the ceiling, because of a pillar, or because of whatever behind you. And if you're backpedaling, you might not know that you're going to back up into a wall or a pillar or something like that. And that's no good, because if you've got a fucking sorcerer chain casting force lightning on your ass, and you can't do much because you're backpedaling, and you back up into a wall, you're going to be like, goddamn, sorcerers are OP, and you're going to run to the forum, and you're going to be like, oh my god, sorcerers need to be nerfed, when really it's because you're backpedaling, and that's not good. Okay, so let's take a look at force speed while backpedaling. So I've got my back heel in line with that stair, and I'm going to activate this now. And stopped right there. So look, about a 3/4 speed difference. Before moving forward, I was in line with that mailbox, and here I am still on the stairs, not even out the doorway. So there you have it. It's clear that you're losing mobility and situational awareness while backpedaling. Don't do it. And that moves right, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, but I'm a melee class, and my melee class needs to leap, and I need to be X amount of yards away from the target in order to do that. But is backpedaling the better choice? Nope. Let me just show you. I'll use this droid as an example, because that's what's here. So here I'm in melee range, and I need to get X amount of yards away. So I'll just move to, I don't know, there, where the cursor is, and we'll just show you. So here's backpedaling to do that. That's why you don't want to do it, because it's slow as shit, and you feel like even more of a grandma if the granny-looking hair of a helmet on this Sage isn't bad enough. So here's what your other option is, and that's to strafe, and you don't lose any mobility. That's a lot faster. Sure, you turn away from the target, but what's the point if you're, you know, the only reason why you'd have to face the target the entire time is if you're going to be CCing, in my mind anyway. You know, maybe there's some other reason that I don't know about that's class specific, but I kind of doubt it. There's no reason to be backpedaling in PvP. So I'm not going to dwell on this too much longer. Let's go into keyboard turning. This one's quick, it's a little obnoxious, and it's very, very obvious. So here you go. Very slow. Even more grandma. PvP, right? That's what you want to do in PvP? I think not. You know why? Because here's mouse turning in PvP. You can turn as fast as you want. And yeah, BioWare and I guess mouse turning also can be bad for epileptics. So be careful. But yeah, mouse turning is definitely what you want to be doing. I strongly suggest you either unbind your S key, your AD, and or your A and D key should be bound to strafing or something else. Figure out what works for you in terms of key binding. When I first started out quite a while ago, and by quite a while I mean about 5, 6, 7 years ago, I don't even know, and I needed to break the habit of backpedaling, I completely unbound the S key. In fact, I started using it as a stop casting key in some of the games so that I could fake cast. That's also going to be another video, how to fake cast in SWTOR. But anyway, I digress. I'm the Noobist. This is the Noobist Colony. I hope you learned something.